Hi guys, what is up? It's your girl Karen, aka cakedbybabyk, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a long freaking minute. I don't have to say how crazy the holidays were because the holidays are always crazy for everybody. I was planning on taking a break regardless, and then LA started burning. We started burning. If you guys didn't know, I am in the San Gabriel Valley, which is really close to the Eaton fires, and in the midst of everything, I just did not feel comfortable pumping out makeup content when I know so many people personally who have lost their homes and have lost everything. So within the past few weeks, I've just kind of been running around town coordinating beauty donations and drop-offs to people who have been affected, and it's finally time to get back into the swing of things. I feel like I'm ready. I feel very privileged because in the midst of everything, I was able to stop and not work. I know that's a privilege that a lot of people do not have, but at the end of the day, this is my quote-unquote job and my career, so we gotta get back to it at some point. And that point is today. I have a bunch of new makeup to test out, so as you can tell by the title of this video, we're doing a full face, or I should say almost a full face of brand new makeup. So let's get into it. I actually tried to film this video a few times in the last few weeks, and it wasn't happening. It wasn't clicking because of everything that was going on. But I did try the Glossier Boy Brow. Now, I am not a newbie to the Glossier Boy Brow. I actually really like it. I tried it a long time ago in college, and I tried out the tinted version. This one is the clear version, and I don't like it as much. It doesn't have as much hold as the tinted version does, and I feel like that's a pattern with a lot of brow gels. I believe Kosas is the same way as well. Everyone talks about how much they love the Air Brow, and I tried the clear one because I'm a clear brow gel girly, but it just did not hit. It didn't have any hold for me whatsoever. I feel like this is kind of the same thing. I loved the tinted one, and the clear one was just not giving. So I'm gonna put this elsewhere. I don't have it in my brows today because I knew I was not going to be able to properly review this next product if I did not have a brow gel that I absolutely loved in my brows. Instead, you guys know, Rare Beauty brow gel, holy grail. But this next brow product that I am super excited about is the new Benefit Brow Pen. Once upon a time, I was obsessed with the brow microfilling pen, and that was all I used because it was so easy. It also had 3 prongs. That one, I believe, is being discontinued and replaced with this one, and this one, the prongs are a lot sharper and pointier and a lot more precise. Therefore, it results in a much more precise hair-like stroke. And I just love how it's 3 prongs because then it does not take up a lot of my time. Zooming you guys in so you guys can see it up close and personal, obviously. I'm using the shade 4.5. Let's see how well you do. Okay, I feel like because the tip is so thin, it's not distributing the pigment as evenly as I would like. This is before, this is after. What I liked about their original brow microfilling pen is that it wasn't ultra pigmented, so you could use a little bit more force and a little bit more pressure and it still would not look overly dark. And that pattern still seems to be holding up with this new one, which I can appreciate. That did take me significantly less time than a regular brow pencil. I don't know, I feel like it's because the tips are so thin, it almost feels like I'm not drawing anything on. I keep on pressing and pressing, and it's taking a long time to like actually fill out. I don't know, jury's still out on this one, but I don't necessarily hate it. I think it might be a storing issue. Like if I were to store it upside down like this so the pigment can kind of droop into the tips, I feel like that might be better. So we shall be continuing to use her, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right, next I have 2 primers. These are from Vive. Vive is like my newest brand obsession. We have 2 different primers. This is the Skin Nova Instant Radiance Primer, and then this one is the Skin Nova Moisture Rich Primer. I just love Vive's packaging so much. I think I'm gonna go with the Skin Nova Instant Radiance Primer just because the pump, she do be calling my name. I'm gonna do it on the back of my hand first, see what the texture is like. Okay, so the color is pretty similar to the other one. It has kind of like that peachy twinge to it. It kind of smells like tea a little bit. Oh yeah, that is definitely giving a nice healthy looking glow. It does not feel super heavy, it just feels like a very lightweight moisturizer. Oh no, the lighting is disappearing. That's what happens when you film in natural light. What are you gonna do? It looks like it's about to rain again today. It's been raining for like the last 2 days, and today has been the first sunny day in the last 2 days, and it looks like it's about to rain again. Anyways, back to the primer. This feels really nice. It absorbed really quickly into the skin. I love the way that this smells. It just smells like tea leaves to me. I'm gonna try this one at a different time, so stay tuned for that. Now, I don't have a new foundation or concealer. I did receive the new Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation in PR, but I did donate that to the LA fire victims, and also it just does not seem like it's up my alley, so I'm gonna use something that I already have on hand, and I'll be right back. All right, the sun is back a little bit. She's back, and I think she's disappearing again. Anyways, for my combination for complexion, I use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. Although I always thought that this was a skin tint. I didn't think that this was a foundation. But I'm kind of re-falling in love with her because she blended out beautifully. And for concealer, I use the Amicole concealer. Love the thin consistency of this. I'm really trying to dive into products that I have not used in a hot second to diversify, if you will. I just don't want to be stuck in like a one-track mind when it comes to my products, because that's what I be doing sometimes. All right, now we are gonna do contour, and I'm super excited because Rare Beauty just launched their brand new liquid contours, so we're gonna be trying them out on camera for the first time. First impressions, if you will. They sent me 3 shades, Gentle, Mellow, and Solace. What do we think? I am leaning towards Mellow, which I think is the lightest of the shades that I was sent. Solace is definitely too dark, and Gentle up against my skin is looking a little bit too gray, so Mellow it is. Why does this feel so much bigger than their blushes? Please hold. Oh, that's why. Maybe that's why, because it definitely is bigger than their blushes. If we can never get through one of the soft pinch blushes, how are we gonna get through the liquid contour? I use way less contour than I do the blush. There's also the component difference in the caps. The contour has a full round ball, whereas the blush only has this flattened ball. Anyways, enough yapping. I'm gonna get to actually applying this on my face. Same applicator as the blushes. Supposed to be dot, blend, and then done. Supposed to be the easiest way to contour. Let us see about that. Well, yep. Yeah, it was pretty easy. Before, nothing on this side. After. I want to say the consistency is a little bit thinner than the blushes, and it for sure is not as pigmented, which I know a lot of people are worried about, because when they think of soft pinch and this component and Rare Beauty, they just think of how pigmented the blushes are. But I really think they kept everybody in mind with this launch. Like, it is blending out like a dream. No, because that literally was so easy. I'm kind of gagged. Kind of speechless, if you will. I thought we were gonna spend more time on you, but I guess not. Okay, the next item that I have is blush. You guys know that I am a blush girly through and through. We have these new ones from Milani, although they're technically not new. Okay, I've had these in my arsenal for months, and I just have not gotten around to using them. But these are the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Glows. We're gonna do Luminoso. We are gonna do Luminoso. I'm assuming that this is supposed to be a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Wands. Oh, that was a very quick squirt. Was not expecting it to be that quick. Okay, from swatching it on the back of my hand, it's not as pigmented as I was expecting it to be. Let me actually try a darker shade. This one is in Canela Canela. Who remembers that guy? What happened to that guy? The texture is interesting. It definitely feels more like a cream than a liquid. I'm gonna do one side with Luminoso and then the other side with Canela. Just dotting this straight onto the face. I don't know, I feel like this is barely showing up on my skin. This is so surprising because I was expecting this to be ultra pigmented like the Cheek Kiss blushes that come in the compact. Those are amazing. Okay, I feel like I had to use a lot just to get to that level of pigment. And I will take this time to say I'm not the biggest fan of brush tip applicators like this, the little cushiony ones. I just feel like they're not that sanitary. Okay, I'm gonna try Canela now and see if a darker shade is better. So these definitely are not ultra pigmented like the compact ones that they have, but I do like this color on me. However, this is one of the darkest colors that they have, so that begs the question of if this will actually show up on deeper skin tones. I do like the amount of glow that this gives as well. It's a very lit from within sheen. It's not super glittery or shimmery. It looks very natural. Like if you see me twirling my head, I'm not twirling. If you see me kind of, I'm just gonna say moving my head back and forth, you can see how it catches the light really beautifully. Personally, this is not enough pigment for me. I love a pigmented blush. I'm torn because I really do love the glow that it gives, the amount of glow that it gives. I think it looks very, very natural, but for me as an oily combination girly, I do think I would have to set this down and that glow would disappear. So unfortunately, this is not my favorite launch from Milani, but speaking of setting stuff down, let's talk about this newest launch from e.l.f. I have their powders right here. These are the new Halo Glow powders. They sent me 3 shades, and this one definitely out of the running, but we have these two. I feel like I can pull both of these off, especially if I want like a brightening effect underneath my eyes for this one, and then I can use this one on other parts of my face or during the summer when I get a little bit more color. I think I'm gonna go with light neutral. Now I do like how this comes with a little compact powder puff. I will be using this underneath my eyes. But let's talk about this launch as a whole because I don't love how it only has 14 shades in the range. Oh, that is applying pretty nicely underneath my eyes though. And I believe I misspoke. This is not their setting powder, but a finishing powder. I'm gonna use a brush for the rest of my face actually. I think that did do a really good job of brightening my under eye. I'm gonna use this other shade to do the rest of my face. Very, very soft to the touch. It's not one of those powders where you have to scrape to get some color payoff, and the kickback is not bad either. We're not going anywhere today, so I don't necessarily need a setting powder. I feel like a finishing powder will do. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but this retails for $14 and there are 14 shades, and I just am not the biggest fan of that. Even on the website, the darkest shade seems to be not that dark. I swear, all this lighting change, as someone who's a perfectionist, driving me crazy. How do I feel about these? Not very strongly, but I am gonna keep using them and see if I like using them continuously in the future. Jury is still out. I feel like first impressions with powders is really difficult, so you'll probably see these in future videos. Next, let's go over the new Coco Kind Highlight and Glow Duo. I believe this is the first time that Coco Kind has launched something like this. These claim to be 2 universal shades. This first one is My Light Highlighter, and then the second one is Shagaglow. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Definitely think the darker one is just a little bit too dark for me, so I'm gonna stick with the My Light highlighter. As always, we're swatching on the back of the hand. Ooh, that's really pretty. That actually kind of reminds me of the Dibs Beauty Glow Tour wands a little bit. Gonna pick it off the back of my hand and just apply that. That's nice. It doesn't give too much color, just that nice sheen. I might regret this, but I'm gonna apply right on top of this side. Doesn't seem to be disrupting makeup underneath, which is nice. I'm gonna do some on the nosy as well. The texture is nice. It has a very nice balmy consistency that's not overly wet. I don't think this is a highlight that you have to set down necessarily if you have an oily combination or oily skin type like me. However, just like the Milani blushes, I feel like this is a very no makeup type of product product, which doesn't strike me as odd because Coco Kind is first and foremost a skincare brand. So this seems very on brand for them. All right, next up, let's move on to eyes. I have the Lawless Easy Eyes Ultra Precise Liquid Liner. Ooh, I like how that applies. Ultra fine felt tip. This one is in the shade Cocoa, so it's brown. I've been loving a brown liner lately. All right, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I'm gonna do a little zoom zoom. You guys are gonna watch me do a wing because I'm basic and stuck in 2016, and oh my gosh, this is not working out the way I want it to work out. You'd think after years of doing makeup that a winged liner would just come easy for me, but alas, I'm just a girl. Okay, right off the bat, this liner is not as inky as other liners that I've tried. If you've tried the Rare Beauty one, you'll know that that one is inky. It's like probably half the ink quotient of that, and I kind of like it. I feel like it's more beginner friendly because as soon as you press it to your eye, it's not gonna go like spurting out ink. Let's do the other eye. Fun fact, my eyes are actually two completely different shapes, so doing winged liner sometimes is a major pain in my ass, but I think we did pretty good. And for tight lining, I'm using the new Morphe dual-sided eyeliner. This is the Byliner. It's like a crayon gel eyeliner. I'm using it in my waterline and it's pretty easy to use. With my wedding coming up, I'm looking for an eyeliner that is absolutely life-proof because I'm gonna be crying a lot on my wedding day and I need an eyeliner so I can put in my tight line to where it's just not gonna budge at all. So we'll see if this is the one, but let's move on to mascara. Now, I'm cheating a little bit. I've already tried this a few times and I really, really love it, but I do want to mention this in this video. This is the Judy Doll mascara. Judy Doll is a Chinese brand. Just look at the brush. It's not even a brush. It is a metal rod and it has like these little divots inside that hold the product, but they evenly distribute on the lash so nicely. I am going to curl my lashes. I'm gonna zoom you guys in because I'm so excited to show you guys this mascara. Damn it, maybe I shouldn't have done this eyeliner because then it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to see, but I think it's fine. I feel like it's thin enough to where you're gonna be able to see it. Please hold while I curl my lashes. All right, so I curled this side but not this side so you guys could see the difference. What I love about this mascara is that it does not make my lashes fall after curling. I would say 99.99% of mascaras that I've tried make my lashes fall after I curl them, but this one, she holds her own and she just keeps the lashes curled. And because it's not a brush per se, it doesn't distribute that much product onto your lashes, which is a big reason why I think it's able to hold the curl. Okay, so that is one coat. This is before, this is after. I'm gonna do a second coat so you guys can see just how insane this difference is. I don't know if I'll ever use another mascara ever again. Like, that's how serious I feel about this mascara. That's crazy. Like, that's actually insane. Asian brands for the Asian lashes. Like, I don't even have to recurl after I apply the mascara because you guys know with all the other mascaras that I have used and loved over the past few years, over my entire makeup doing career, I always have to curl the lashes before, do the mascara, and then curl the lashes again after, but I don't have to curl after with this mascara. I just am so mind blown, and it's a big reason why I wanted to include this mascara in this video. So since Judy Doll is a Chinese brand, it's not as readily available in the US, but you can go on sites like Yes Style and purchase it there. Like, it's even getting the teeny tiny lashes that I have on the inner corner of my eyes, which is so crazy because I've just never bothered with those before. Because the rod is so thin, I'm able to get my teeny tiny bottom lashes as well. All right, now basically the whole face is done except for the lips. So I'm gonna remove the lip balm that I have on right now. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about these. These are the Maybelline Teddy Tints. I was at a Rare Beauty event and Nicole Concealio was there and I love that bee so much. And she had the most beautiful lip on and I asked her what it was and she said it was one of these. I really don't know what to expect out of these. Okay, so they're not super opaque or pigmented, which I kind of like because these colors are not super up my alley. So the fact that they're not super opaque, it kind of makes me feel a little bit better about it. Yeah, the color is not up my alley, so I'm gonna try this red one, which is Coquette-ish. Yeah, this one is a little bit better. It's still a little bit bright for my taste, but for the sake of this video, we're trying it out. Again, it has that really nice popsicle stick effect where it's not super opaque, but the texture, it feels nice. It's kind of moussey almost, but it doesn't feel sticky or heavy on the lip. This is definitely one of the more interesting lip launches that I have tried in a while. You guys know it's really hard for a lip product to impress me, and it is pretty buildable as well, although I wouldn't wear it this bright. I think I would blot it. I also think with the coloring of everything else on my face, it's just not looking the best. If I had a brighter blush, I think it would look better. Actually, let me add a little bit of this Rare Beauty blush that I pulled out earlier. Yeah, I definitely think that makes it look a little bit more cohesive. This one is the shade Love. Add this to the forehead because I love adding blush to the forehead. Now that this has had time to dry down, I don't like how this feels. Okay, please. Bye. It's definitely more sticky once it has dried down. I don't like that one bit, babes. I'm gonna go take this off. Okay, that wasn't ideal, but I do have a lip product that I have not tried yet. This is the Milk Makeup Odyssey lip gloss, lip oil. It's a lip cream, so it's neither. This one is in the shade Day Trip. Everybody talks about these, but I, for some reason, have yet to try them. I absolutely love this shade. I love me some warm terracotta vibes. That looks and feels a lot better than the Maybelline Teddy Tint. Oh, hell yeah, brother. I do think the texture does feel like a lip oil, but honestly, my perception of textures may be skewed because this was just so utterly thick once it dried down. So I'm gonna keep using this, and I'm sure you guys will see this in a future video. But that is it for this video. If you guys have stuck around till the end, I love you so much. More installments of my 2 favorite series to do on YouTube are coming up, and that is empties and rating everything I tried in X month. So for this upcoming month, it's everything that I tried in January. So that will include everything that I've tried today. Really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. And with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.